Well, Merry Christmas, y'all, or Merry Christmas Eve, as it is here. Wearing red and green. My wife says this is a bold fashion statement. I didn't have a long sleeve green shirt, so I'm kind of winging her out here, man. I want to get out here before it got dark, and it's starting to get chilly on me, but I'm dealing with her. I'm a professional. Not really, but okay. So I found this a few weeks ago, and I've been sitting on it, waiting for this very day to pop it. Rockdown, Arkansas single barrel bourbon whiskey, cask strength, barrel 131, bottle 20 of 214. Distilled, aged, bottled by Rocktown Distillery, Little Rock, Arkansas. 58.3%. That's 116.6 proof if you're keeping score. I'm going to read just a touch from their bottle here. I'm going to let you, well, try to let you see that whiskey. Get that up as close as I can for you to look at. Single barrel reserve bourbon whiskey is bottled straight from a single barrel that was hand selected by our head distiller. The corn and wheat. Okay, so use wheat as a secondary grain and not rye, which most bourbons tend to use rye, but very good. Pappy's uses wheat, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they were the first to do so. The corn and wheat, the wheat makes it a softer mouthfeel, gives it a little bit of sweetness. The corn and wheat for our bourbon comes from Arkansas farms within 125 miles of the distillery. We're proud to keep things local. Enjoy. So there you go. That's one reason I really love Rocktown stuff. They are just fantastic. And what I have here is just shy of 2 ounces poured exactly neat. I'm going to put a splash of water in here at some point, but I wanted to look at her just like it is. You can see that deep color from the charred barrel. The nose is just flipping gorgeous. This somewhat sweet on the nose. A lot of vanilla, a lot of caramel. Looking at their box here. Every bottle of our single barrel reserve bourbon contains full flavored with notes of caramel, vanilla, and oak. Well, that's the first three things I noticed. And spice. Well, there you go. They don't mention anything else. That's exactly what I noticed was oak, caramel, vanilla, and spice. It's not as brutal as you think a whiskey like this would be on the nose. Let's take a drink. Oh, biscuits. Oh. You know, you're not going to think of a 116 proof whiskey, 15.3% whiskey is being smooth. I'm going to take another drink for you so you can see. I mean, I didn't make any face whatsoever. This stuff is just gorgeous. I mean, you want a whiskey like this probably should be hot at this proof, but wow, it's just gorgeous. Nothing. Nothing. A lot of vanilla. They mentioned caramel. I'm going to say more toffee. And the reason I say toffee is because toffee has more of a kind of a nutty flavor about it, and that's more what I'm getting than caramel specifically. I'm certainly getting that charred oak. I'm getting a whole lot of vanilla. What I'm not getting on the palate anyway, I'm getting it down here on the palate. What I'm not getting is burn. I feel it here after I've drank it, but it is just easy to drink. So anyway, I'm going to set it there, and I'm going to put just a splash of water in it, as they would do at a tasting. So I've got about half a capful. I'm gonna, well, actually I put this in it. I put about a quarter of what I poured in there. So about a quarter capful, let's say. It does release a lot of sweetness from the nose. I'm certainly feeling more oak now than I was. Ah, biscuits. Biscuits, 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 that's beautiful. Yeah, this is a great whiskey. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's just freaking beautiful. Runs about 60 bottle. It has a lot of awards. One of them from Jim Murray's Whiskey Bible. You need to look that up. And I actually, when I bought it, I didn't realize it had the awards until I came home and looked it up. Last year when we went to Arkansas, when I went to Little Rock specifically, I bought their rye, the regular bourbon, and their Arkansas Hickory Smoked Whiskey. They did not have this available at that time in any store I went to. I could not find it. I went to several because this is what I was looking for. They didn't have it. A few weeks ago, my wife and I took a trip to Harrison, Arkansas, found this at a liquor store. It runs $60 a bottle. It is worth every damn penny. They had 3 on the shelf, and right now I'm wishing I'd have bought 2 bottles. This stuff is beautiful. I'm Tom the Brew Whisperer. We'll talk to you later. Wow. Well, howdy do. My glass says reward yourself, and I'm definitely doing that with this amazing whiskey from Rocktown out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Arkansas single barrel reserve bourbon whiskey, cask strength, 58.3%. As I just said, doing it neat. I like to do both neat and the rocks when I first try something. This ran $60 a bottle, and right now I'm kicking myself. At the time I was worried about spending too much, and now I'm kicking myself for not buying 2. It is that good. Even neat, there was no burn whatsoever, but I really wanted to try it on the rocks. I'm guessing this thing could stand at that proof, and it could take a little meltage. So there you go. It's got a beautiful color, as you can see. This has a corn and wheat mash, it says here. Does it say here? At Rocktown, just here, let me show you the whiskey while I read this. At Rocktown Distillery, when you read the words Arkansas and handcrafted on our bourbon, we mean it. We have immense passion for locally crafting our bourbon in small batches from grain to glass. Arkansas, known as a natural state, is home to mountains and rivers, deltas and diamonds and acres of farmland. When our founder and head distiller, Phil Brandon, a 6th-generation Arkansan, decided to make bourbon whiskey, he looked to his home state, Arkansas, for the corn and wheat to make his bourbon. So there you go. This doesn't use rye as a secondary grain. It uses wheat, making the mouth feel a little silkier, a little velvety, making it a little softer, a little sweeter. There is a certain amount of sweetness on the nose. You're certainly getting that charred white oak. I'm certainly getting a pleasant amount of vanilla, and they mentioned caramel. I said toffee actually when I was having it neat. And now that I've got it poured on the rocks, I'm feeling more caramel than toffee. They are very similar, and some may say, well, they're exactly the same, Tom. No, they're not quite. They're slightly different. Try have toffee and then have caramel. Tell me it's exactly the same. It's not quite. Oh, you know what? I didn't make a face when I had it neat. I'm certainly not making one now. It's absolutely gorgeous. Actually, with it cold now, I'm actually feeling more sweetness. I'm actually feeling more of the oak as well. Before I was feeling more of the caramel or the toffee and the vanilla. Now I'm feeling more of kind of the sugar sweetness and the oak. I am feeling that caramel and vanilla, but I'm feeling a lot of sweetness. I'm feeling a lot of oak. Again, I paid $60 for this, and I kind of, I'm a poor guy. So, well, I'm not poor, but I'm a working class guy. So, I struggle when I spend that much for one bottle of anything. But the stuff is gorgeous. Now, he got a case that had 6 in it. Somebody bought 3 of them. He had 3 on his shelf. And gosh darn it, I'm wishing I'd have bought 2 now. This stuff is just so brilliant. Because he didn't know when or if he'd be getting any more in, and now I'm kind of kicking myself for not having some balls and buying 2 bottles. This stuff really is that good. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, it's 58.3%. It's worth every bit of that $60. It really is. Oh. Rocktown makes some great products. Last year I tried the regular bourbon, the rye whiskey, and their hickory smoked whiskey. I love the bourbon, I love the rye, but that hickory smoked whiskey just just knocked me out. So when we went back there again, they actually didn't have the bourbon or the rye on the shelf, but they had a bottle of they only had one bottle of the hickory smoked whiskey, so I bought it, and it runs only $30 a bottle. At $30, it is a freaking steal. That whiskey is just special, special, special. I describe it as if Americans invented Scotch, that's what it would taste like. We wouldn't use peat fires, we'd use that hickory smoke. Oh, we got that hickory smoked malt. It's just beautiful. That is, I mean, for my money, that's the best $30 you'll ever spend, and I will buy that whiskey every time. As far as this one goes, you all know that I don't give grades as to buy again or not buy again. Yes, I will buy this even if I'm down to my last 60 bucks. I will buy this whiskey. It really is that good. I'm Tom the Beer Whisperer, whispering some whiskey with you on Christmas. I can't speak, man. Whispering some whiskey with you on Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas to you all.